I literally have no reason to be crying right now, but like, this boy messaged me saying he started talking to another girl, and he was like, basically said like, I don't want to talk to you anymore, like I just want to let you know. And I'm like, I kind of already knew, but like it still hurts. But he told me he didn't want a relationship, so like why the fuck am I upset about it? But I think the thing that I'm upset about is like, boys never pick me. I'm never the one that they want to have a relationship with. Because literally, I always talk to boys, and then they get in a relationship, like, not that long after. Like, you want a relationship, you just don't want it with me. And that hurts.
Maybe there's something you're doing. Maybe you're picking the wrong guy. Maybe your attitude.
So I do not understand men.
Ever wondered how self-created problems can lead to tears? Picture this, a lady fully aware that she's the architect of her own heartbreak, yet still devastated. She's received a text from Chad, the man she's been pining for, and it's not good news. He's moved on, exploring other romantic prospects, leaving her in a puddle of her own despair. She knows she's the one who's been choosing the wrong men, yet she can't help but cry. Now imagine the tears that flow are for a man who's openly seeing other ladies. What do you feel when you're never the chosen one? Imagine being this lady, a woman living the reality of feeling unchosen, overlooked, and undervalued. She yearns for a committed relationship, yet finds herself repeatedly passed over. The men she desires seem to always be looking elsewhere, leaving her in a constant state of longing and loneliness. It's not a pleasant feeling, is it? But let's delve a bit deeper into this situation. It's easy to sympathize with her, to feel the sting of her rejection. However, it's also crucial to consider another aspect of this scenario. The men she's choosing. She's drawn to the Chads and Tyrones of the world, guys known for their charm, charisma, and unfortunately, their non-commitment to a single woman. She's choosing men who are notorious for their wandering eyes and fickle hearts. It's almost like setting up a picnic in the middle of a rainstorm and then wondering why everything's soaked. She's picking the wrong men who aren't looking for the same things she is, and then lamenting over their inevitable departure. This isn't to put all the blame on her. After all, the heart wants what it wants. But it's important to recognize that it's not entirely about being unchosen. It's also about who she's allowing herself to be chosen by. The men she's setting her sights on are not the ones likely to provide the commitment and consistency she craves, and yet she seems to be stuck in this loop, drawn to the wrong men, then left hurting and feeling unchosen. It's a heartbreaking cycle, one that leaves her questioning her worth and value in the eyes of these men. But the real question she should be asking is not why these men don't choose her, but why she keeps choosing them. She's not just the unchosen one, she's also the one choosing unwisely. And until she reflects on her choices and patterns, she's likely to remain trapped in this cycle of feeling unchosen. Isn't it intriguing how she's not pondering over her choices of men? Ever noticed how some men like Chad and Tyrone have a magnetic pull? They're the kind of guys who can get a woman's heart racing with just a glance. They're the bad boys, the heartbreakers, the ones who are known to play the field. And Our Lady here, she's drawn to them like a moth to a flame, knowing well that they're not ones to settle down. Now let's delve into this paradox. She craves commitment, yet she's attracted to men who are notorious for their non-committal nature. Chad and Tyrone, they're the epitome of this type. They've got the charm, the charisma, the allure that can make a woman go weak in the knees. But commitment, that's not in their dictionary. They're the free birds, the ones who enjoy the thrill of the chase, the excitement of a new conquest. It's like she's caught in a paradoxical loop. She wants a committed relationship, yet she's drawn to men who are known for their love for freedom. It's like she's seeking shelter under a cloud, knowing well that it won't protect her from the rain. The irony of her choices is hard to ignore. Sure, Chad and Tyrone might be exciting. They might give her an adrenaline rush that she doesn't get from nice guys. But at the end of the day, they're not the ones who are going to stick around. They're not the ones who are going to provide the stability, the reassurance, the commitment that she so desperately seeks. So, why is she choosing these men? Why is she drawn to the Chads and Tyrones of the world, knowing well that they're not going to give her what she wants? Is it the thrill of the chase? The allure of the forbidden? Or is it something deeper, something more complex? So the question remains, why is she choosing men who won't commit? How much does reputation matter in the game of love? In our quest to unearth the reasons behind Our Lady's perpetual single status, We're now delving into a territory that's often overlooked: reputation. Could her reputation, particularly her high body count, be a factor that's turning men away? Now let's not dance around the subject. If a woman has a reputation for being promiscuous, it can indeed affect how potential partners perceive her. Yes, we're living in an age of sexual liberation, but let's not kid ourselves. Double standards still exist. Men, especially those who are looking for a committed relationship, might be hesitant to invest in a woman with a high body count. They might question her ability to commit or fear the comparisons to her past lovers. But here's the twist. The men Our Lady is pursuing, the Chads and Tyrones of the world, they're swimming in a sea of options. These men experience a surplus of attention from women, which unfortunately devalues the individual experiences for them. For Chad and Tyrone, one more woman, whether she has a high body count or not, doesn't make much of a difference. They're not looking for commitment in the first place. So, while Our Lady's reputation might be a turnoff for some men, it's unlikely to be the deal breaker for the ones she's chasing. In fact, her reputation might even be a draw for them, given their non-committal mindset. The problem is these men are not the types to settle down, and Our Lady is stuck in a cycle of chasing the unattainable, the non-committed, the proverbial bad boys. In the end, it's not about her reputation or her past, it's about the men she's choosing, the men who, by their very nature, are unlikely to give her the commitment she desires. Could her reputation be the invisible barrier to her desired commitment? Perhaps, but only if she continues to chase after the wrong type of men. Who's to blame when the choices we make lead us astray? It's a question as old as time itself, and it's a question that Our Lady in question seems to be dodging. She's in a cycle of choosing the same type of men, the Chads and Tyrones of the world, and then mourning when they move on to other women. But isn't it time she took a step back and questioned her choices? We all have our types, and it's human nature to be drawn to what we find attractive. But when a pattern of heartbreak emerges, it's a wake-up call. It's a sign that we need to reflect, to introspect, and ask ourselves if we're choosing the right people for us. Our Lady has found herself in this situation time and again. She's chosen men who don't commit, who move on to other women, leaving her feeling unwanted, unchosen. And yet, she doesn't seem to be taking responsibility for these choices. Your support is what keeps this channel alive and flourishing. If you found value in this video, please take a moment to hit the like button, consider subscribing, and turn on those bell notifications to stay updated on our latest content. Sharing this video with others can spark meaningful conversations. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe with bell notifications, and share this video. Until next time, keep reflecting.